After Darcy Lynn won America's Got Talent, she quickly became a symbol of success. Her bright smile, incredible ventriloquism, and youthful energy captivated millions of fans. However, behind the scenes, Darcy was battling a terrifying reality. She had cancer. The diagnosis turned her world upside down, leaving her confused and overwhelmed. How could someone so young, with so much going for her, face such a daunting challenge? Her family was heartbroken and unsure of how to navigate this difficult situation under the watchful eyes of the public. Instead of sharing this deeply personal struggle, Darcy and her family made the painful decision to keep it private. They felt that media attention would only complicate things further. The fear that this news might overshadow her talent or change how people viewed her weighed heavily on their minds. So, Darcy fought her battle in silence. Despite countless hospital visits, rigorous treatments, and moments of exhaustion, Darcy refused to let her illness stop her from doing what she loved. She continued to perform, smile, and inspire others. Thankfully, in 2020, the young celebrity received the news she had long awaited. She was cancer-free. The relief felt by her and her family was immense. After this victory, she chose to share her story with the world. Her fans were shocked but grew to admire her even more. She wasn't just a star on stage, she was a fighter in real life. Overcoming cancer became her greatest achievement, surpassing any award or title she had won. Unveiling the tragic truth on October 12, 2004, Darcy Lynn Farmer was just like many other kids, full of dreams and wonder. Growing up in Edmond, Oklahoma, she was quiet and liked to keep to herself. She enjoyed singing at home, but singing in front of people was different. Every time she thought about being on stage, fear took over and she'd end up hiding behind her mom, Misty, who always tried to encourage her. It seemed like Darcy's singing would stay a secret forever until one particular night changed everything. How does a shy little girl hiding behind her mom become a superstar on the biggest stages in the world? The big moment came one night at a church event when Darcy saw something that fascinated her. A ventriloquist was on stage, bringing a puppet to life. The way that puppet seemed to have its own personality amazed her. Darcy watched in awe as the puppet sang and interacted with the crowd, and something sparked inside her. Maybe this was the answer she needed to share her voice without feeling so scared. The idea stuck with her. Could the spark ignited by the ventriloquist lead Darcy to overcome her fears and embrace her dreams? That night, Darcy asked her parents for a puppet. They saw how much this meant to her and decided to make it happen. For her 10th birthday, she got her very first puppet. It seemed like a simple gift, but it was about to change her whole life. She started practicing ventriloquism in front of her bedroom mirror, singing through the puppet and imagining how much people would love it. Suddenly, she wasn't just a shy girl anymore, she was becoming someone with a dream. Is this just the thrilling beginning of an epic adventure? Darcy's parents knew that she was very serious about ventriloquism, even though she was scared. To help her face her fears, they signed her up for the International Cinderella Scholarship Program in 2014. This was a big challenge. It would mean standing on stage in front of strangers, but it could also be her chance to shine. When Darcy stepped on stage for the first time, she was terrified. Her heart was pounding, her palms were sweaty, and she wanted to run away. What inspired Darcy to push through her fear and give her all on stage? She took a deep breath, performed, and gave it her all, and she won the title of International Mini-Miss. For a girl who used to be too shy to sing in front of anyone, this was a huge deal. At this event, she also met Lissa Benacquisti, a young ventriloquist who inspired her. Lissa showed her that ventriloquism could be more than just a show. It could be a way to express herself without being directly in the spotlight. Darcy became even more interested in ventriloquism and decided to keep challenging herself. She started joining local competitions. Just a month after she began practicing ventriloquism, she entered Edmonds' Got Talent. Even though she was still nervous about performing in front of people, she knew she had to try. She took a deep breath, got on stage, and won first prize. More than just a trophy, that competition introduced her to a professional ventriloquist named Gary Owen. He was so impressed with her talent that he offered to mentor her. It was like a dream come true for Darcy, someone who could teach her and help her become even better. With Gary's support and growing confidence, Darcy started entering more competitions. She won first place in the junior division of Oklahoma's Got Talent and also won at Oklahoma Kids. Soon after, she went to Branson, Missouri for the American Kids competition, where she performed in the Broadway and specialty acts categories and earned the title of Entertainer of the Year. Every time she won, her confidence grew, and everyone could see that Darcy was no longer just that shy girl. She was becoming a true performer. From fear to fame after winning several local competitions, Darcy Lynn knew she had to go bigger, and what could be more significant than America's Got Talent? It was one of the most famous talent shows in the world, where the stage was huge, the lights were bright, and millions of people were watching. For Darcy, who had only recently learned to face a crowd, this was a giant leap, but it was a chance she couldn't miss. Could this be the moment that defined her career, or would the spotlight pressure be too much for her to handle? At only 12 years old, Darcy walked onto the America's Got Talent stage with her puppet, Petunia. The bright lights, the judges, the giant audience, it was overwhelming. But Darcy took a deep breath and focused on what she loved doing. Could this performance be the key that unlocks a world of opportunities for Darcy, or would it simply be another hurdle to overcome? Darcy, with her puppet Petunia, walked onto the stage. You could almost feel her nerves as she stood before the judges Simon Cowell, Mel B., Howie Mandel, and Heidi Klum. Petunia was a cute bunny puppet with a broad smile and big ears, and the moment Darcy spoke through her, you could feel a bit of magic in the air. The judges looked curious as they asked about her talent. Darcy explained that Petunia would be singing, and Simon's eyebrows went up. He seemed skeptical. As Simon Cowell raised his eyebrows skeptically, what thought raced through Darcy's mind about proving herself to the judges? But Darcy just smiled, took a deep breath, and got ready. When the music began and Darcy started singing Summertime by Ella Fitzgerald, it wasn't just Darcy's voice that amazed everyone. The way she sang with her puppet, moving Petunia's mouth ideally in sync with her beautiful voice, left everyone stunned. For a 12-year-old to sing so well was impressive on its own, but to do it through ventriloquism without moving her own lips was astonishing. The audience was captivated. How could a young girl have so much talent and skill? The judges were in awe, and Mel B hit the golden buzzer in a moment of pure excitement. Confetti poured down from above as the crowd cheered. Wildly, Darcy's face showed complete surprise. The golden buzzer meant that Darcy didn't have to go through the next rounds of auditions. She was going straight to the live shows. Tears filled her eyes as she hugged her puppet tightly. This was it, her dream had taken a giant leap forward. How did a burst of confetti and applause transform Darcy's dreams into reality overnight? The golden buzzer moment became an instant hit online. Within hours, it was trending on social media, and people worldwide were talking about the girl with the puppet who had stolen the show. In just 30 hours, Darcy's audition became the most watched in America's Got Talent history, with over 105 million views on Facebook alone. Overnight, she went from being a local talent to a global sensation. She was featured on talk shows and news articles, and everyone talked about her incredible act. Even Simon Cowell, known for being tough, called it one of his favorite auditions. It was clear Darcy was no longer just a shy girl from Oklahoma. She was a star in the making. Darcy Lynn went on tour. Her show, Darcy Lynn and Friends Live, traveled across the United States with audiences eager to see her perform. Each show was filled with her unique mix of comedy, ventriloquism, and singing. She even began introducing new puppets, each with their own distinctive personality. Her performances were not just about her talent, they were about making people happy, making them laugh, and showing them that dreams could come true if you worked hard enough. Darcy was also invited to return for America's Got Talent, the Champions, where winners and top performers from different seasons competed against each other. It was a huge honor for Darcy to be invited back. Did Darcy hope to prove this to herself and her fans this time too? She delivered an amazing performance that once again showed just how talented she was. She made it all the way to the finals, proving that she wasn't just a one-time star, she was here to stay. Her fame also led to appearances on popular TV shows like The Ellen DeGeneres Show and The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Each time, she brought her puppets and shared her journey, inspiring others to follow their dreams. People were drawn to her story not just because of her talent, but because of her personality. Darcy was kind, funny, and humble. Despite all her success, she never forgot where she came from or how hard she had worked to get there. In 2019, Darcy took her talents to a Christmas special on NBC called Darcy Lynn, My Hometown Christmas. It featured special guests, musical performances, and, of course, her puppets. The show was a hit and gave viewers a glimpse into Darcy's life in Oklahoma and her love for the holidays. It was a perfect way to celebrate her success while staying true to her roots. How did Darcy's story become a beacon of hope for those who might feel overlooked or unheard? Darcy's journey wasn't just about winning competitions or gaining fame. It was about facing her fears and growing into the person she was always meant to be. She inspired people not just with her talent, but with her courage. She was the shy girl who dared to step into the spotlight, and in doing so, she showed others that they could do the same. Her story became one of hope, a reminder that even the quietest voices can make the loudest impact if they're given the chance. Darcy Lynn Farmer is more than just a ventriloquist or a singer. She's a performer with a heart full of dreams, and she has shown the world that anything is possible. From a young girl hiding behind her mom to a star standing in the spotlight, her journey has been incredible. And while she may have won America's Got Talent, her story is far from over. This is just the beginning for Darcy Lynn, a rising star who isn't afraid to share her talent and her story with the world. What dreams does Darcy hold on to, and how will she continue to evolve as an artist?